All right. I believe we are live. We are currently live right now on YouTube. We're gonna start in about 1 minute. So just want to let you guys know. I'm gonna be sending this link through the Telegrams and Discord. Just give me 1 second, guys. One second. Just want to make sure everything's good for the live. All right, cool. So let's give it about a minute. Let every trader join in so we can get started with this. Obviously, I'm sure you guys are seeing this trade and you guys are a little familiar with kind of, what's going on. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A with you guys, answering any questions you guys might have or anything you guys may have any concerns with. Obviously, the live chat is closed, so we're going to do a very creative way on this live chat. You guys are seeing this. So just 1 second, just want to make sure everything is working, double checking on YouTube over here. Perfect. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna give it about another minute or two, but this is gonna be a live stream that we're gonna have on YouTube. Is the cat behind me? Guys, so I have a cat right now, and this cat is crazy. I've never had a pet before. This is my first. Well, I've had a goat, all these crazy types, but I've never had a somewhat normal cat or animal, and this cat is not normal. So my luck. But with that being said, we're going to do a Q&A today. So we're going to do something where we're going to hop live with students, like literally on the stream right now. We're just going to select somebody random to then go back and forth for a little bit. But we decided the best thing is to have a Q&A box on our Instagram. You guys go ahead, ask your questions in the Q&A box, and then I will get on here and then answer it to the best detail that I can. And also give you guys a chart breakdown for the next trade that I'm going to be taking, and a little bit of a sneak peek of what we're going to do for our next live. We want to do this very frequently here on YouTube because we want to take the long form content and do it better for you guys. Obviously, short form content is cool, but to learn the trading skill set, it's not a fast thing. So the short form content is not the best way to do it. It's the best way to kind of get involved and obviously have like a quick recap. But there's so much stuff that go into minor details that can make a huge difference in trading that's why we have long form content. And that's what we're here for. We're doing it in the afternoon, so the majority of the people that are at least on the United States side and Latin America side can enter the lives. I know the people on the other side of the world, it's probably very late for you guys. Probably nobody's here from the other side of the world because it's 1 a.m. But obviously everything here is being recorded and will be posted. We're going to do Zooms and live streams for you guys as well earlier. So this is just the beginning of it. Just want to give you guys a little sneak peek. And so for those of you guys that are currently on the stream, all you guys have to do is just go to the Rocket 21 Challenge Instagram, and there's a Q&A box there right now. I'm going to make sure that we just posted it right now. And then after that, all you guys have to do is just ask your question. Ask Alex a question. And then I'm going to be reading these questions and answering it to the best of my capability, almost like a podcast. Like a live podcast, but with technicals involved and anything involved really. So I just double made sure right now. I am currently on the Rocket 21 Instagram, as you guys can see. The Q&A box has just officially gone live. So you guys could go in there, drop your question, and I will answer it. I want to do this because I want to make sure that I stick to one question and focus it. The chat, when it has like a gazillion questions, either people are shy or a lot of people, they just want a challenge, or there's a lot of stuff. So here we stick to one question, we answer it extremely detailed, and then I can go to another one without wasting any time. So let's see if any questions have come in right off the bat. So first question. How do you draw your area of interest? That's what I'm struggling with. And what time frame? Okay, so how do you draw your area of interest? That is what I'm struggling with, and what time frame. So how do you draw your area of interest? What time frame? Because that's what I'm struggling with. Okay, cool. So how do I draw my area of interest? This is a very, very simple concept, and I personally think, along with understanding the trend of the market, this is where I have found very great success, because due to this, you understand where's the best place to buy or best place to sell. So obviously, the first things first is we need to understand what the market is doing before we place an area of interest. And for example, let's say this market right here, we understand that then let's say, this is the weekly, this is the daily, and then this is the 4 hour. We understand that all of these 3 time frames are bullish. And if all of these 3 time frames are bullish, the most logical thing we would need to do is to buy. And that is very key to placing the area of interest. A lot of people, they want to place an area of interest to buy or an area of interest to then sell. But before placing the area of interest, you have to understand where is the trend of the market going. Are we going up or are we going down? If we're going up, we're only going to put areas of interest to buy. And if we're going down, we're going to only put areas of interest to then sell. This is so major key because a lot of people overlook it. So let's just say this right here is weekly time frame. Let's just put this right here. Weekly time frame. Don't know why. Oh, I know why this is. But let's say that this is weekly. Let's say that this is daily. And then let's say that this is 4 hour, right? So from right here, as you can tell, this time frame is definitely bullish. This time frame is definitely bullish. And then this time frame is definitely bullish. The most logical thing is to buy. So we only need areas of interest to then buy. So after understanding the trend, then we need to identify area of interest that needs to have a minimum of 3 touches, and only on the weekly or daily time frame. So this is point 1. So after we understand the trend, then we need to identify our area of interest, and it needs to have a minimum of 3 touches. So what do I mean by a minimum of 3 touches? I'll explain right now. So I'm just going to make this marker right here. Oh, and by the way, we only look for the area of interest on the weekly or daily time frame. Let's say that this time frame, so for example, right here, we have both of these time frames are bullish. So we would only be looking for an area of interest on both of these time frames. So let's say here, for example, and then here, because both of these are bullish, right? Let's say here let's say right here, let's say this is bearish. Let's say the weekly time frame is heading to the downside, just an example. So we can't find an area of interest on the weekly because we could only do it on the daily, because we have the daily is bullish and then the 4 hour is bullish. Remember, we need a minimum of 2 time frames in sync to take the trade. So here, the only time frame we would be looking for an area of interest would be on the daily time frame, because we can't look for an area of interest to buy on the weekly if the weekly time frame is bearish. I hope that's very clear. It should be extremely clear. But for this example, since the weekly time frame is bullish as well, we can look for areas of interest on both the weekly and the daily. So now that we understand this, we need a minimum of 3 touches. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick the daily as an example, just to keep it a lot simpler. So what 3 touches do I need in order to take this trade? So these touches are going to be to the structure points of the candlesticks. So I'm just going to draw out this marker right here. So all of these structure points right here are market points, right? So if this is the higher high, we are expecting for price to have a higher low to then go long. All we're trying to do as traders is just figure out when is this pullback going to stop. So then I enter my trade here or enter my trade here or wherever before it blows up, so then I can catch it. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to figure out when is it going to stop so we can head to the upside. Well, what if I told you that we can actually predict this stop? We can predict this pullback. all you have to do is find an area of interest. So how do you find an area of interest? You need to have a minimum of 3 touches only on the weekly or the daily. So would this area be an area of interest? Let's say if price came back here, would it have a high probability of heading to the upside? No, because we only have 1 touch. We keep coming down. Would this be a high probability area where price can reject and head to the upside? No, because we only have 1 touch. Would this be an area of a high probability for the market to head to the upside? No, because it only has 1 touch. Would this be an area that has high probability of heading to the upside? Yes, because we have 1, we then have 2, and then we have 3. So we have 3 time frames. I mean, we have 3 areas of interest in order for us to take this trade to head to the upside. So this is exactly what I want to look for, so I can enter a trade at an area of interest, because this is where price has the majority probability of rejecting and heading to the upside versus continue heading to the downside. Can this price continue heading to the downside and not respect my area of interest? 100%. But the odds of that happening are a lot less, because this is a very well-respected area of interest. So this is how I will find my area of interest. I will find an area that has 3 touches or more. And this is all going to be to the body of the candlesticks, not the wicks, the body of the candlestick. So I've already showed you an example in real time here in the market. So I can just go here to the daily time frame. If you notice this right here, this market has created a high. So I am expecting for price to create a higher low on this trade. So I need to find an area of interest. What do I need? It needs to have 3 touches or more. This right here has 1, it has 2, and then it has 3. So this is where I'm going to wait for price to go back to take the trade to the upside. If you guys notice, I actually predicted this earlier this morning, actually last night, that price was going to break, retest, and head to the upside. I still believe price can come back into this area and head to the upside, simply because the daily hasn't done it. Since the daily hasn't created that wick to create that higher low and head to the upside, and I strongly believe we can do it. So that is how I find my area of interest. You need to have a minimum of 3 touches with the trend. Remember, if we are heading up, we are only looking for buys. If we're heading down, we are only looking for sells. So this is a very simple and straight to the point way how we find area of interest. All right, you guys have any questions? For those of you that just hopped on the stream, make sure to go to the Rocket 21 Challenge Instagram and ask in the Q&A box. Oh, and by the way, if you guys aren't subscribed to the Rocket channel, literally subscribe right now, because we're going to be starting to do videos like this either every other day or every week. If it's not me, it's going to be other traders. So hit the subscribe button right now. And on top of that, go to the Rocket 21 Challenge Instagram, where I am literally live right now selecting questions. So I'm going to hit refresh right now. And I'm going to see what question we have next. Next question we have, how do you deal with a devastated? I'm just reading through some here, trying to get a very good one. When do you know if set and forget is time to close it? Okay, great question. And this is actually a good question, because a lot of people, they can set and forget is not so you literally just let that shit ride forever. That's not how this works, right? Like set and forget is so you let it ride to your original take profit. What an issue that a lot of traders that they make is that they don't even let the trade hit their first original take profit, which is a big no-no. You cannot do that. You have to let it ride to your take profit. So this is what happens to a lot of traders, right? After they understood the trend, and then let's say they entered right around here, which is a nice area to enter, right? Because this is supposed to be an area of interest where it has 3 touches. So this is where you want to enter your trade. Traders, what they tend to happen is that this will be the trade, and let's say their take profit is this next structure point, right? For a 2.5 risk to reward. Some traders, they will have the trade go and draw down, almost hit their stop loss, go back into profit, come back to break even, go back into profit. And then this is what kills them right there. This little bit of a drawdown, and then this seeing profit and going back to break even. So then they decide to close the trade here and a little bit of profit, just because they are scared that it's going to come back to break even or lose. You should never, ever, ever, ever be scared of your trade going back to break even or going into a loss. If you're scared of a trade going into your loss, that means that you over risked the original amount you were supposed to, or you're just simply over leveraging and you are not okay with the loss happening. And that is a big no-no, because you're 100% going to be emotional once you lose. Your intentions to take this trade are to only win. They're not to lose. Whenever I enter a trade, my intent is for it to do whatever it has to do. Obviously, my goal is to make money with the trade, but I understand there's risk associated with it. I understand that the outcome is never guaranteed. That's why I can't go 100% on the trade, because if not, what is this? Everybody will be flipping accounts every single day without an issue. So the problem with set and forget is that a lot of traders, they either don't set and forget too much. So they would just have the trade a little bit in profit, and then they would just close right here. And what happens when you close your trade right here? You're at a 1-to-1 risk to reward. And let's say you have a 50% win rate on your trades and you have a 1-to-1 risk to reward, you're a break-even trader. Or let's say you have a 40% win rate. Now you're negative, because even if I am a 40% win rate, but I have a positive risk to reward, I am a positive trader as a whole, like over a period of 10 trades. So set and forget is so you let your trade ride all the way to your take profit. You let it hit your stop loss, or you let it hit your take profit. There's no in between. But now, this is where some traders, they also set and forget a little too much. They get too excited. They see the trade get their take profit and they think they're the king of the world. They think they just caught the bottom of the trend and this thing will just keep going forever. Is that a possibility? Yes. Has it happened to us? Most definitely. It happened to me with actually this same exact trade on AUD. Wait, which one was it? I believe it was AUD CAD. Exactly. AUD CAD, I could have definitely still been holding both of these trades to the level that we are right now. But that's not where my original take profit was. I got out where I had to get out. So that is something that traders don't seem to understand. You're supposed to only take your trade and get out where you're supposed to get. If you're going to set and forget past your take profit, don't do it with your full position. Close literally 99% of your position and then leave that 0.01 or whatever the 1% of the position is run and see what happens 10 times after you do that. So if you see 10 trades that you close 99% of the profit at your take profit and you let that 0.01, and out of those 10 trades, 7 of them keep going for another, I don't know, 40, 50 pips. Well, now you have data, but data without attached to your money or without being attached to emotions. So now when you get into your next trades and you see the same pattern again, you're like, all right, hold on. I don't want to close 99% of the position here. I'll close 50% because my previous data told me that 7 out of 10 trades, they're going to keep going an extra 50 pips or whatever's going on. So this is like where you use set and forget for. Like you can't just now on your next trade, when you get to your take profit, you say, all right, cool. I'm going to let ride the 100% of it. No. Like you got to build data up with it. So that is my recommendation with set and forget. Set and forget is intended to let it ride to your original take profit or your original stop loss. Do not do anything with the trade in between. This trade of this morning, literally didn't hit my take profit. I set and forget. And now I'm in drawdown. Do you think I care? A little bit because I'm in a challenge, but it's different. You know what I mean? Like if it were to be a regular account, obviously I really wouldn't care. Since I'm in a challenge right now, I'm risking a little bit higher. My intent is to take the trade during the session and have it blow up during the session. But I didn't close because we didn't hit my take profit. And that was away by a couple pips. Obviously, I wasn't watching the market at this time. I was sleeping at 3 in the morning. But the point is that you got to set and forget. Let it hit your stop loss or let it hit your take profit. So hope that answers your question. Again, if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, hit the Instagram live. I'm currently on the Instagram right now, refreshing, asking any questions. So let me check it out. I'm reading through the questions as we speak. Are you still in AUD JPY? Yes. In reflection to Forex, what confluences must align for you to consider full time? Don't understand that question. How do you manage risk management in your set and forget? Risk management is definitely key. Without risk management, I would not be here. Any trader would not be successful, or at least not consistently. So if you're on a regular account or a funded account, I always say the same thing. I recommend anywhere from 1% to 2%. And whatever percent you decide for that month, on the first of that month, you take the same percent throughout the whole entire month. You don't change it if you're losing, and you don't change it if you're winning. If you're risking 1% per trade, you commit to that 1% until you end the month. You can't go up in percentage just because you're starting to win 5 trades in a row. Or you can't go down percentage if you start losing 5 trades in a row. That's not how this works. Whatever percentage you decide to use, you stick to it and you ride the whole entire way throughout the month, because that way you have collective data per each month. Obviously, each month over month, they move best or worse than the other. There's slow months, there's better months. So you have to keep into consideration that the percentage that you use is based off of your current month that you are on. I personally have months where I risk 2.5% with a set and forget strategy, and there's months where I risk 1%. And there's months where I could risk even more, but whatever percent I use, I stick with it throughout the whole entire month. How long do you think it will take if I buy your course and put in like 4 hours a day to study? I'm glad somebody asked that question, and I want to just stop you right there. Like, if your goal is to just put 4 hours a day into it and it's like have like a hard turnaround on results, don't even become part of the set and forget family. I don't want to say I don't want you there, but we don't want people like that there, because like we understand that this trading is a never-ending journey, and this isn't like a regular job. Like, oh, you work 2 years and after 2 years you're gonna get your salary raised by 25%. And after year 4, then you'll get raised another 25%. And then over time, you get that's not how this works. This is a business, and this is a business with very super volatile and loads of opportunity. A business that has a lot of volatility and has a lot of potential 24/7 to make as much as you want. There's never any guarantee. So you can put in right now 4 hours a day, every single day for the next year, 2 years, and you can still have no results if you don't follow the plan or if you don't use risk management. It's that simple. Or you can put in 1 hour a day for the next 6 months, but you follow my trades, you follow the simple strategy, and you follow risk management, and you can have more results than anybody else because you're following the plan. So it really depends on you and how consistent you're going to be to respecting the trading plan and respecting the risk management. The moment you get out of that lane and you decide to do your own thing, I'm not responsible for anything that has to do with that. So if your question is, if you put in 4 hours a day, how long is it going to take for you to get results? It depends. How consistent are you going to be with sticking to the same routine day after day after day without having absolutely any results? I did the same thing for a year and a half without having any results, but I never changed the plan. I never changed anything. I kept going at it. And I was 2 years and a half without having any results and losing money every single day. And I kept on going every single day. I never asked myself like, oh, is it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be this? Obviously I did, but I never asked anybody like, oh, in 30 days after I watch this video, am I going to be successful? There's never any guarantee. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to go to the Instagram. I'm going to be answering questions here. I'm just reading the questions. Do you risk? Already answered that one. Preferred entry signal. So anybody that has an entry signal question, I highly recommend you go watch the Candlestick Bible. This is like the all-time book for Candlestick Bible. This is the all-time book to have success with entry confirmations. I personally just look for morning star, bearing star, bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, but this is the all-time book for that. And I get this question asked a lot, and I think it's more of a beginner question because people think, what tells you to enter the trade? And it's like, For me to enter the trade, that is the last rule in my trading plan. Like I am not kidding you. The entry signal is the last thing of the trading plan. There is a series of things that need to happen before I enter the trade. There needs to be trend, area of interest, EMA, shift of structure, time zone, the session. Like there's so much that goes into it. And then at the end is the entry signal. It's like, what utensil do you use to eat your food? Is it a fork? Is it a spoon? And realistically, not that it doesn't matter, but there's so much that has to go before you eat the food. You have to go to the market, you have to get it, you have to season it, you have to cook it, you have to put it on the plate, you have to, like, there's so much that has to be done before. And this is the same exact thing as in trading. Before you enter the trade, the entry signal is literally the last thing. If I was you guys, I can guarantee you this. If you guys, like, if new traders, you know what, I can guarantee this. I can make this guarantee. And this is going to be recorded here and forever on YouTube. I can guarantee if we get two brand new newbie traders, two new traders that have no idea what is Forex, what is trading, what is anything. One trader just focuses on entry signals and one trader that focuses on market trend. The trader that focuses on only market trend does not worry about entry signals. And the trader that focuses on just entry signals and not market trend or anything else, this trader will fail and this trader will succeed. This trader, after noticing the market trend is heading to the upside, he'll just know when the next high or low is going to form in order for it to continue heading to the upside. Once they start seeing these patterns again and they see this push, they're like, all right, hold on. It usually does this. And when it does this time and time again, it's going to probably do this. And then all you have to do is go to the back of the data and just look what happens here every single time before it blows up. And you're going to have the same pattern on its own. I can guarantee you a trader that focuses only on market trend will be 10 times more successful than a trader that only focuses on entry signal. And that is what happens with 99% of the traders that come into this industry new. All they focus is on the entry signal. And they don't want to understand the trend, area of interest, and everything that makes the market move. They just want to understand how do they enter a trade because they want to make money right away. And that's not how this game works. Damn, that's a crazy philosophy I just thought of. Not a question, but I love your content. It's my first 3 months, so much respect. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much for watching the content. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it's making your journey a lot better than mine was at the beginning. Jacob underscore XL, I believe. Please message me about that. Do you use fibs? I do not. Fibs is just an added confluence, and I realized that really wasn't necessary. All right, am I going to be entering GBP CAD again? Yes, if it comes back into my area of interest, which is going to be here. Do you feel more pressure now that you're doing the 100 to the mill challenge? Most definitely, because it's not that I kind of have to, but I kind of have to show my every move and just constantly have to be doing it for like every platform, like Instagram, YouTube, even Twitter. Sometimes like it's just draining, you know, and it takes away from just me being a trader and me doing what I just do. So I definitely do feel the pressure, but you know, I think this is just going to test me as a trader. And once I complete this, it's not even if, I know I will complete this. I don't know if it's going to be in the 60 days anymore, but let's say it's 80 days, 90 days, 100 days, whatever the case is. Once I complete this, it's gonna say a lot about not only myself, but what a regular person can achieve, because I have nothing different other than any of you guys watching this stream right now. The only difference is that I show up every single day and I don't make excuses and I give it my 100%, not asking when am I going to succeed. I just know that I will if I show up every single day and I follow my plan. So if anybody just pulls up with that same attitude and that same energy, they will succeed. I'm reading through the question, guys. I'm going to refresh it. 1 second. Some really good questions. I'm trying to answer to the best of my ability. Oh, for you guys that are new, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing this very, very often on the Rocket 21 YouTube. So if you aren't subscribed, just hit the subscribe button so you guys get the notifications and you guys understand everything that we're going to be doing. Do you wait for a certain session to place trades, or do you wait as soon as it hits the daily area of interest? Great question. So do I wait for a session to enter the trade, or do I enter it as soon as it hits the daily area of interest? So it's a mix. So once the trade hits the area of interest, I then need to wait for my strategy to then apply, right? So once trade is at the area of interest, this is where I will apply my strategy, because everything up to the point into the price is at the area of interest. This is just regular market trend. Like this is just regular basic market movement. Like once the price is at the area that I want it to then buy, now then here is where I will apply my set and forget strategy. Once I apply my set and forget strategy and I get my entry signal, I will try my best, or I will hope for the best that the market gives it to me in a session. But honestly, I can take it before a session. It's not a big deal. Just I won't take it anywhere around this time right here. Like I won't take it from 7 p.m. EST. I won't take it anywhere from 1 p.m. EST to about 8 p.m. EST. Like that movement right there is just like that 6-7 hour gap is terrible. There's literally nothing going on there, and the spreads are ridiculous. So I don't enter a trade anywhere in those sessions. I only enter after 9 p.m. EST, all throughout London, and anytime in New York up to like 11, 12 o'clock. But then that window of 1 p.m. EST to 7 p.m. EST, I don't enter any trades because there's absolutely no volume. I mean, there is volume, but the spreads are just like, bro, just ridiculous. What are all of your pairs? So these are all the markets that I actively monitor. I don't watch every single market every single day. I break down all of these markets on Sunday, and then I pick my top 5, top 6, whatever. And as you can tell, these are basically my top 6 for the week. And I only look at these during the week. They're in order based off of importance, like which one will be ready the fastest. This probably won't even be ready this week, neither will this one, but I'm just slowly keeping up with it because I am so in sync with the market that I don't let any opportunity just disappear. Because I'm actively, because like let's say right now you're only trading GJ, and you're only trading NAS, or you're only trading US 30 or gold. If you only trade one commodity or one pair, you're limiting yourself to opportunity. And let's say that market is for a whole week choppy, or not even choppy. Let's just say that the trend isn't ideal. Let's say the weekly time frame is bullish, and then the daily time frame is bearish, and then the 4-hour time frame is just consolidating. And it's like that for 2 weeks. I don't want to be involved in a market that's like this at all. I only want to be involved in a market that the weekly is bullish, that the daily is bullish, and then that the 4-hour is bullish. Like I just want to go with the trend. And there's sometimes these people limit themselves to one pair, one commodity, and they can't seem to understand that you're trading a market that's not ready. It's just choppy right now. It's just being slow. This is from my style of trading. Again, there's some traders out there that they're scalpers or, you know, day traders, and the higher time frames don't matter to them. I think the higher time frames always take a major key in any movement that the lower time frames take. So my personal opinion, my experience. Reading through some questions. Risking a lot joining your course, would it be worth it? Likely of me making a return in 1 month? Absolutely not. Don't even buy it. If you bought it, let me know and I will reimburse you immediately. If you're looking to have a return in 1 month from my course, like I think I explained this earlier, I will reimburse you immediately. So no, that's not how this works. I already explained that earlier. What is my EMA setting? So I get this asked a lot, and I have a 50 EMA. So you guys can see I have a 50 EMA. The length is 50. The source is closed. The offset is 0. So you guys can screenshot this. The style I have it is, I guess, like this. The visibility is on all time frames. So I have the 50 EMA. Any knowledge? Yes, I already explained this. Is it stupid to keep buying challenges after you fail them over and over again? Great question. And I would, before buying another challenge, I would first assess, or I would figure out, why are you failing it? Are you failing it because you're not a skilled trader? Are you failing it because you don't have a risk management plan? Are you failing it because you're hitting your daily loss limit? Are you failing it because you hit your max loss limit? And I'm going to tell you right now, if any trader is failing their challenge because they are hitting a daily loss limit, don't take a challenge. You should never, ever lose off of a daily loss limit. If you lose off of a daily loss limit, you are literally risking more than 4% per trade in one single day, which is insane. You're over leveraging. You're not using risk management. So if that is your case, then your problem is risk management. Just lower your risk. I can guarantee you, if you risk 0.5% per trade, you will never lose a challenge. It will take you 20 trades in a row to lose your challenge. And in order for you to lose 20 trades in a row, you got to go ham, even if you're a scalper. And I can guarantee you, you will not lose 20 trades in a row, even the worst trader. You're going to have some break-even ones, some up ones, some down ones. But then this is the problem. Nobody wants to deal with taking 20 trades in a row and not having any results. They don't want to deal with 30 days going by and them not passing a challenge. Like, well, then you're going to have to deal with failing the challenge time and time again and having absolutely no results and then hating your life. So my goal, my goal is to get you guys to understand is the markets aren't going anywhere. The funds aren't going anywhere. The opportunity isn't going anywhere. Take your time. The faster you rush it, the faster you're going to crash and hit yourself. Take your time. The market is not going anywhere. Lower your risk. And if you're hitting the daily loss limit, then you are over leveraging. So to answer your question, what do you do after you failed challenge after challenge after challenge again? It's assess what you did wrong, because there you can learn from yourself and see what you're doing. If all your trades lose and you're using risk management, well, you're going to have to learn a better strategy. And I highly recommend you don't take another challenge until you learn a strategy. So first, learn what you're doing wrong, fix it, and give it a shot, but with the smallest challenge. Go to the 5K account, $75, $79, whatever the case is, just go get your challenge, the smallest one. And if you pass that, you could have done that with any account because you're still applying the same risk management rules. Don't over risk more just because it's a smaller account. So that will be all for today's guys stream. I hope you guys found this valuable. I tried my best to, make this as effective as possible. If you guys are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now, because we're going to be doing this every single week. Not only myself, but other very great traders, part of Rocket 21. And we're going to answer any of your questions that you may have. So I appreciate you guys being part of this stream. And I hope I clarified any answers or any questions you guys might have. And with that being said, make sure to set and forget. And if you're looking to take your Rocket 21 challenge, take it at Rocket 21. So I will be seeing you guys next week.